Gotcha. I forgot. I was like, I don't know when this video ends, this intro video. We're hitting all our marks with the live stream this week. Jen is here to call the meeting to order officially.
I hear, what number meeting is this?
9.
I hereby call the 9th meeting of the Forever 44 Fedora Club to order.
Oh, nice gavel.
I didn't know what to have as a gavel.
When will you get a gavel? When?
Last second prop.
For those of you just joining us and didn't click off as soon as Jen coughed, we are Dillos Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I'm Frank. And for the next hour or so, we're going to gather around the club here. We're going to talk about the Blues Brothers tonight, which I think is going to be super fascinating. For those of you who don't know, we have these meetings. I don't know how often they happen anymore. Whenever we get the chance to do it, we do it. And we talk about the films that is the focus of the meeting. We talk about the world of play, the world that is created within the context of the movie, and then how it has translated over to the theme parks. Sometimes it's very minimal, such as The Rocketeer. Sometimes it's, at max with, the past with Back to the Future 2, for example, or, as we did in our last meeting, we talked about Raiders of the Lost Ark when we were waiting for the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular to reopen. And now we know officially as of this week that it's reopening December 19th.
It's happening.
Let's introduce the players, shall we?
Do it.
Up first is the treasure-storian, part treasurer, part historian, of the Forever 44 Fedora Club. Please welcome, it's Nate Hardy. Nate.
Hey, live from the Armada room. It's Murph and the Magic Tones.
Nice. And because I have failed and forgot like everything that's involved with the meetings, did not post about a drink or food or anything like that, but Nate is here to set us straight, set us right, set us on a path to redemption.
I wish I could hand you all an orange whip.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not the best beverage I've made, but it needs some more orange juice. It's pretty good. It's like an orange Julius with a kick. I'll be enjoying.
Got an extra kick in there too, I assume.
Yes.
How many did you make, Nate? You normally have more than one drink during these meetings.
No, I just made several of these. So I gave one to my son without the alcohol. Oh, and then one to my wife, and then I have two.
Yeah, I knew there had to be more than one, Nate. You can't. Right. Come on. Yeah. Excellent.
All right, because we never know how long we're gonna go, so you need the backup.
Exactly.
Right.
Because we have the Universal Studios tie-in today, we had to go to our Universal Studios representative. And she is back, I think, for her second meeting officially. Is it number 2? Can you show me in the green room?
2. Yeah, she's saying yes.
She showed up once, like live while walking around a theme park, I think.
Oh yeah, so is it like 2.5?
Maybe she's
I don't know.
She's giving the cozy there.
Yeah.
All right, please welcome from the Adventures with Steffers podcast. Let me say your podcast right. From the Adventures with Steffers podcast, which Jen was a guest on this past episode.
That's right.
Since our last meeting, she now has a podcast. Well, there's 2 people like that in that category, I think. Here is Steffers.
Yay. Hi, Steffers.
Hello. I mean,
hello.
You're doing better than Landon. He calls it what is it? Avengers of Steffers?
That's awesome.
Same.
There's plenty. He's mad at me right now.
Oh, yeah. He is don't even.
There was an altercation prior to the meeting.
Oh, yeah, and it continued while I was backstage. I think we're good now, though.
Steffers, are you excited to bring a little Universal flair into the meeting?
I mean, it seems like a theme that you guys just keep pulling Universal to do this for. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't call it a theme.
It's a theme. No, it's a theme.
We are Theme Park Thursday, so obviously we cover all theme parks here, Steffers. Are you saying we're biased in some way?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of you next episode, and we're going to get somebody from Pittsburgh to do Kennywood connections.
I mean, whatever works.
Sorry.
Excellent.
Okay.
Steffers, we're very happy to have you here. Thank you so much. And now And Jen said, I haven't talked to him since we saw him in person. And
It makes
I
me
almost
so
feel the
sad.
same way, but it was probably the last meeting. So here he is. He is the stalwart here at the meetings of the Forever 44 Fedora Club. Actually, he wasn't at the last meeting, so I haven't seen him since I saw him in person in May.
This is unacceptable.
It is. Oh, I just
you
Nate's
just dropped
gone.
out, Nate.
Did I kick
he
him out?
dropped
Did
it
I do it?
himself. No.
All right, he dropped himself. Okay. With that, let's replace him with Skipper Bob. Skipper Bob.
Skipper Bob.
Howdy, hey!
Sorry.
Baby, don't you want to go to that same old place? Sweet home, Chicago. Sorry if I'm blowing out your eardrums, everybody. How y'all doing? Kungaloosh.
Kungaloosh.
Yay.
Skipper
Kungaloosh.
Bob.
I should have did that. What he just did, I should have did that. Instead, I was getting bit by Gimli, so he
You're
did
having
it for all of
domestic
us.
issues.
Correct.
It's okay. It's okay. No worries.
Gimli playing the jilted lover in this meeting
Mhm.
of the Forever 44 Fedora Club. Skipper Bob.
Skipper Bob, we find it unacceptable that it has been this long since either of us have seen or talked to you aside from Twitter. This is
I'm
not
sorry.
okay.
You know, you're lucky you have me right now. I still have a hole in my wall over here that I decided to move my computer back into the pit just for you guys because I didn't want to
Oh.
broadcast from my kitchen. So, hey guys, how you doing? Live from the pit.
Yay. Thanks, Skipper
Nice.
Bob.
Thanks, Skipper Bob. And lastly, but not leastly, he is the crown prince of the Forever 44 Fedora Club. He is the host of Doz Does Disney, the podcast streaming every Monday to your podcatchers. Steph, are you still the co-host of that, right? Is that official?
I mean, I don't know. Ask Landon.
The
I thought you were a
unofficial,
lightning
the unofficial co-host.
Here he
Yeah.
is now. It's Landon the Doz Doan. Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh, is he gonna flip in?
Yeah. Oh.
Coming to you
Hear
from
that,
the
Jack?
isolation stations of love, it's me, Landon Blues of the Blues Brothers, coming to you, saying hello to everybody's in the Fedora 44 clubs. Very nice to be joining you tonight on a very lovely Friday night. Hopes y'all is doing okay tonight.
Landon trying out the officiant routine for Stepher's wedding.
I was just thinking.
Nice.
I hope you stay like that for the whole meeting, Landon, honestly.
Yeah.
Very stoic. He's on a mission from God.
My goodness.
I hope he wears the crown at my wedding.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
that was
got
not Gimli that time. It was someone else. Oh, see, he froze.
He froze. Oh my goodness.
Perfect.
We're off and running with this episode.
Smoothest start
This
ever.
meeting, as it were.
This is
Well,
what happens when it's been too long.
This is woof, man.
yeah, no, we probably should have had like a more of a pre-show just to get it all out of our system before.
Well,
So here we
apparently
go.
my bit killed the
Oh.
stream. That's neat. Hi, everybody. It's me. It's Landon Blue. Yeah, I am on a mission from God, but apparently Comcast wants to stifle said mission from God. Neat.
Correct.
No, to be fair,
Correct.
if you know Comcast and their business practices, that kind of checks out. So,
I mean,
Fair enough.
correct.
Yep.
That's. I
Yeah.
think they're
How's
called
everybody
Xfinity
doing
now.
tonight? Hi.
Mm.
I don't ask questions.
All right, so where to begin on the Blues Brothers? It's a little baffling to think that this movie
By the way,
is
I
41 years
apologize.
old.
You just got your first YouTube strike because of that for copyright
Oh.
music.
What?
I'm sure it's not the first.
What?
Uh,
It's true.
it always happens. Skipper Bob, you got your DVD copy? Is that what you got there?
This is the 25th anniversary. So, yes, this is just. Is this a Blu ray? No, this is an actual, just plain old boring DVD.
Nice.
They make those still?
I don't know.
They
how old this
did.
particular. Yeah, when it was, let's see, 1980, and what are we? We're 2021. I have to do math now. So that makes the movie.
Don't do
How
math.
old?
Don't do math.
Don't do that's
2005.
42.
Yeah.
The movie's 42 years old.
Yeah, it's getting there, right? Next year.
Oh, 41. 42.
What year is this?
I've lost track.
Can't say. That's way after my time.
I was born in 82 and I'll be 40. So if anyone needs
Oh.
help with the math there.
We're on the countdown to Jen's 40th in
we're
January.
not.
Get ready.
It's your birthday month. We are not on any kind of countdown for me.
Countdown to Christmas, countdown to Jen's 40.
Nope.
You know Halloween is first, right? I just not really, but like
Frank's birthday is first.
Yeah, I know, but he said Christmas. That's wrong. That's
true.
December.
Well,
Give Halloween and Jack
stickers-
Skellington his due before we get to Christmas. Come on, y'all.
That's true.
And then we have bonfire night.
So I need glasses. Is what
I know. I should have brought glasses.
if
It's
I get
okay,
up,
everybody.
I
he
failed.
will be very pissed off if
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
up.
that's
so.
true.
Oh, we've
Don't
seen. Yeah,
upset you.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
And don't
Angry.
take Gimli's glasses off. He will be doubly pissed.
Oh, there.
Yeah, look at him in a
Side
ball
eye.
rage.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I feel like a dog with glasses on was a literal character in Blues Brothers 2000. Thankfully, we're not here to talk about that movie.
Oh no, we're not here. I know sometimes we drift off into the bad sequels when we talk about the movies, but
We
we
are
will
not
not drift
talking
off.
about that movie, or I am out.
I've never seen it, so I hope we don't talk about it.
Oh,
You're
do
not
not,
missing much.
do not, do not,
Yeah.
do not.
I googled
Although
it.
the soundtrack is worth it. The rest of it, pass.
Touche. Good soundtrack. The rest of it is an abomination on God.
I googled it and I went with what was the oldest because that's how
Because
you
you knew what meeting you were going to be in.
Mhm.
Yeah. You were like, it
That's-
couldn't be this newer one. It has to be the older one. Yeah.
correct.
Well,
Steffers,
that makes sense.
is this the first time you've seen the movie?
Oh my God, she didn't watch it.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
did you watch it?
Ish.
ish. It was the internet is a great tool. That's all. I'm
By the
gonna
way, streaming on Peacock, just FYI, I found that out. If you are a
Yes.
subscriber
thank you,
to
Frank.
the internet provider that I just completely buried with a shovel, you get that included with said internet and cable subscription. So
Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna check if it comes with.
Steffers was mad at me because I said Hulu, and then I think it went to the higher tier in Hulu,
Mhm, it did.
and then now it's on Peacock. So who can keep track of these things?
Why do I need?
actually,
to sign up
there's
for
an
more
app
things?
called Just Watch. Download the app Just Watch, and you
Yep.
can search and figure out whatever is streaming and where. Fun tool.
You will
Oh,
find
nice.
everything.
Excellent.
Are
That's
they
good to
gonna
know.
take my information and track me? I mean, what's new? But
Doesn't every app?
I was gonna say no more than every app you download. Also, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, if they're actually up, says what's up.
they were.
So
a little
Steffers,
broken.
what you're saying is because you were yelling at me this morning about Peacock and that whatever, however you were watching it this morning, is that really what happened? Is you didn't make it all the way through? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. That was that's what I'm saying. But the internet is a great tool.
So let's explore. I mean, I think this is a fun way into this meeting here because I know watching it, it's not a movie I have seen too many times. So it's without a doubt a movie I have not seen in 15 years plus. So, and probably longer now that I'm thinking about it. So revisiting it this morning was not, well, the other half this morning, first half last night, other half this morning, that it reminded me of a lot of things, both in the positive and the negative. But I have a feeling I know why you didn't make it through. So take me through that a little bit.
Can I guess how far you got?
Okay, go ahead.
How far did you get, Steffers?
Well, Skipper Bob. It's one of those things where you work and you look at it every now and again, and then time just flies and you just lose track of your time. And that's the tea.
So none of it is what you're saying?
A little bit. No, but like maybe like a quarter to half. I didn't make it very, very far. But also, I judge it based off of the experience at Universal, so it's all good.
That's why you're here, right?
That's
I mean,
correct. Let's
yeah.
focus
Okay.
on why I'm here. Let's focus on
Could
that.
be a fun angle to take as somebody who's not super familiar with the source material, but they've only experienced it in the parks. I'd be interested to get your take, but I suppose we'll get to that.
Yeah, no, we'll get to that. That's the main reason why I'm contributing to this. Let's be honest. So save me for last.
But I'm going to keep putting the finger on the wound. Steffers, if the movie grabbed your attention right away, no matter what you were doing today,
Correct. Working. Mhm.
what if it sucked you in? Do you think you would have dedicated more time, or do you feel like your day was?
No, so I like the actors in it. So but then I saw how they were. I don't know, how do I not take a whole?
Too
I
late.
like the actors in it, and with my ties to the show, I would have paid more attention to it. However, when you told me it was on Peacock and that I had to like do a bunch of things, I was
You blaming
already
me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was already discouraged. So that's that. But I have weekend time now. I'll turn off Gilmore Girls just for you.
Lewis
the
said
show's
he would have
today, though.
shared
So
it.
you're
with
gonna
me.
watch
right.
it tomorrow.
Right. That's a good
like,
point, Nate.
I could watch it tonight, but like here we are.
We're here,
so-
but we're here in the meeting.
correct.
so-
Correct.
So-
So
Yep.
What was
Maybe
the
she
last
should
thing you
watch as
remember
we
from the
talk.
movie?
Oh
So
my
we don't
God.
spoil it for you.
no.
We're just
no, no, no.
dogpiling on Steffers.
Because
This is amazing.
we don't want to ruin it for you. The show is about the
Trust.
movie. But we're gonna
Correct.
talk up until I don't know,
No.
maybe 10 minutes in, and then
You know
we'll
what's-
stop. This is an important movie to me, and I am getting a little upset.
Settle down,
Drink
Nate.
Drink your whip and
Nate.
dip or
Nate.
Dairy
It's
Queen.
an
wanna
orange
make
whip.
hungry.
You even know what that means? You didn't make it to the orange whip part. So
No, she
that whole
didn't.
thing we talked about before we got online is lost on you. And probably you didn't get any of the references because it's so old people. To me, it's like a guide to get through the movie.
This is the
Did you
most
make it to the
hostile-
Soul Diner scene
maybe
with
that's
Judge Jen,
McIntyre
make a
Murphy?
ruling, please.
all right. Order.
Right.
I want her held in contempt.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Can
I'll
we
mute
end
myself. I'll mute
think-
myself.
I think we have to go in a
Steffers, did they
different
make it over the
direction.
bridge at about
Just-
7 minutes into the
Just
movie?
go in a
Steffers,
different
did they
direction.
make it out of the prison?
Yeah, she thinks it's a hardened prison movie where people are going to shake each other 5 minutes in.
You know, I really like Shawshank, but this seems like a more fun prison movie. So I will go Blues Brothers over Shawshank.
Right. It's pretty clean, and they're just walking down a hallway. It seems nice. Two guys walking a prisoner. There's guys doing jumping jacks out in the yard. They're being, let outside.
As far
to
as
have
I know,
exercise. It's great.
nobody walked through a pipe of sewage.
Yeah.
Surely Steffer said, "Hey, Frank Oz," and that really sucked her into the movie right away. No,
Frank Oz. Did you
I'm
see
gonna
Frank
go with
Oz?
no on that
Yeah.
question, Frank.
Look at Steffers is like, I am not unmuting myself. I'm done.
You brought this on yourself.
That was the Muppets connection to tonight.
Mhm.
I mean,
get
and
that?
that's another.
We're
That's
here.
a
Y'all be
tangent we
nice
have
to
to
my
get to
unofficial
still.
co-host. Steffers, get behind me. I will defend the unofficial co-host of Dawes Does
Oh.
Disney. Y'all back off.
All right.
All
I'm
right,
wearing
man.
it.
All right.
You are.
Fine.
I will fight y'all.
I love you, Steppers. I'm just joking. Come on.
Look,
Look how serious I am. I'm wearing a crown and sunglasses inside.
All
That's
right, let's
right.
take the heat off of Steffers. It's been 20 minutes of beating up Steffers here. Skipper Bob, you got the DVD. You got the whole thing. Take me through. Did you see the movie? And I'm trying to think how old everyone is. When it was the first time you saw the Blues Brothers?
When it came out, I was 2, so it took a few years before I finally got a chance to see it. And I actually this morning bought it on Amazon, and I realized that there was an extended edition. So there's a bunch of deleted scenes I had never seen before today, and a lot of it is like the musical acts getting extended, like another minute or two, some added dialogue. But then there's like 2 or 3 extra whole scenes. Like we get to see where Elwood actually works for a living, and he has to quit his job. And he says, "Hey, I'm quitting. I'm going to go become a priest." It's like, oh, okay, I'll contact payroll and we'll get your severance out to you. I was like, why'd they cut that? It couldn't. It wasn't very long, and it showed him stealing chemicals in his bag for later on in the movie.
Nice. Well, they talk about, right, that when Aykroyd wrote the script originally, it was like they called it the tome or something because the script was enormous. So that's why John Landis gets the writing credit, because he had to hack it up a little bit. So it's funny to see. Yeah. Landon, when was the first time you saw it?
I saw it for the first time. I think I was like 8, 9 in that area on USA Network, but it stood out to me so much, even in the TV edit version, to the point where I sought it out and watched it in whole. And I grew up in the, I guess, overlay where it was still kind of referenced on Saturday Night Live, even though it was kind of a vintage act. But at the same time, in my life, I was exposed to the Blues Brothers in other aspects. Like, for example, my buddy Hunter East, his dad and his best friend, when his church would do a talent show to raise fundraisers, his dad and a friend always closed it doing a Blues Brothers act. My friend's dad was the tall, lanky one, and his friend was kind of the short, chubby one. And they brought the house down. Like there was a reason why this was the closing act, because people came to see that, because the Blues Brothers was such an impactful icon in pop culture, not only in the movies, but the music itself. I mean, like Skipper Bob came in singing Sweet Home Chicago. There have been several artists that have done that song, but to me, that is a Blues Brothers song. Minnie the Moocher. Yeah, Cab Calloway did it, but I identify that with the Blues Brothers. By the way, Minnie the Moocher, I have brought the house down several times doing karaoke to that song. So I love the Blues Brothers. I bought it. I bought it several times on DVD. Cannot find my DVDs, but I did discover that it is on Peacock. So check it out on your streaming platform if you're signed up to the X Evil.
Landon, can I request just a quick Cab Calloway scat?
That's all you get.
All right.
Very
I mean,
good.
he's saving the rest for Steffer's first dance at her wedding. So
No, I'm actually saving it for the actual ceremony. Sorry, Steffers. I was going to surprise you. I am going to hot dog and grandstand as far as the eye can see. So just buckle up and bite your bottom lip, because it's going to get weird, baby.
That's how you're coming down the aisle, Steffers.
Landon in his zoot suit riot over there. Nate Hardy, over to you. Tell me what you got.
Well, I knew the Blues Brothers before I saw the movie via records that my parents had. They had the vinyl, and I used to listen to it with my brother, and I thought they were great. They're funny, and I enjoyed it. And then when I finally saw the movie, it was on some cable channel. I guess I was pretty young, and I got into it. I loved it. It was going great. And then Carrie Fisher showed up, and I was shocked. That was the first non-Star Wars role that I've seen her in, and it just blew my mind. I mean, I think I must have been like 9 or 10, and it was just amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this movie. It's my favorite one ever. And it's just great. I usually watch it at least once a year with friends or my family. We all love it, and we reference it all the time.
Steffers, did you catch Carrie Fisher at all before you? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, so we got that far.
All right.
Since you only know Frank Oz on Google, do you know who Carrie Fisher is, or?
Oh my God.
I'm just making sure. I saw what you said about Frank Oz, Steffers.
What did you say about Frank Oz?
She knows of him. because
This is such a
Google.
this is such a hostile. Let me jump in once again to protect my unofficial co-host.
fair.
I've seen this movie several times, and every time Carrie Fisher shows up, it still kind of surprises me. It's like, oh yeah, there's her, and then she breaks out like an explosive or an AK-47 or some weapon of mass destruction. Thank you. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, Princess Leia's pissed.
Yeah. And she looks good while she's doing it too. She's got those weapons and she's
meow.
Yeah.
Woo.
Right, there's like all these, right around when Empire Strikes Back came out, like, you started seeing more like publicity photos. I just remember this when I was a kid, that, Time magazine or whatever, and you would see different, hairstyles that were not Princess Leia hairstyles for Carrie Fisher. But then, then you look at, when I see her in Blues Brothers, that's the first thing I think of, is like all these kind of not Star Wars publicity shots tied to the filming of Empire. But watching it this time, which again, I was like, oh, I forgot how, the comedy is unique. Right, it is, because it's that 70s pacing, man, and it's very deliberate and slow, and makes you feel like you're tripping a little bit, even though I never have. And but her stuff is like, it just hits every single time. I don't know how it's her. She's brilliant, obviously, but it's also just the pacing of the editing that just works flawlessly.
And speaking of the editing, like I know it's kind of a trope and a bag and a negative for some people. It's like, oh, okay, they break out into song. This is one of these movies where I don't feel like them transitioning to a song is a negative. It tells the story, and oh, by the way, it kicks ass.
It does. You got high quality talent pulling out some great tunes. And each of the tunes, not each of them, but a lot of them seem to take us to another place almost. There's, in the church, in the street, listening to Ray Charles, and then the mini moocher at the end. It's all like separate from the world. It takes us out of where we are. It's pretty amazing. Aretha, oh my gosh, that's just amazing.
God, so good. So good.
Well, and it speaks to, the things I like in particular, because it's like just, a one action movie. Like, all we got to do is get this money to get to, to take care of this issue. And
the money. Yep.
Yeah. And it's the whole journey, but it gives you, an improv thing of like, you want to establish who the people are. If you're just getting two people up randomly in a scene, you want to establish who they are, what they're doing, and the location, the where. So who, what, where, and like that is every scene of this movie. The church, the diner, the club, with the chain link fence and the whole thing. Like everything about it is so established.
We're the good old boys.
It's amazing how the high energy musical numbers are such a stark contrast to the deliberate comedy that is between. Skipper Bob, favorite musical number?
Oh boy, that's really tough. Aretha Franklin's "Think" was really good. Ray Charles' "Shake Your Tail Feather" was really, really good. So, yeah, maybe Ray Charles, his scene. That song I think is one of my favorites. I think I see, Val saying that Aretha's scene was her favorite. I can't argue with that. That was a great scene.
So good.
What is there? There's not a bad song in there.
No, there really isn't. Like the closest they get to a bad song is Rawhide, but it doesn't get to a bad song level because it's so absurd.
They made it bop.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who was she with a straight face grabbing the whip? And
yes, the entire time. Like John Belushi. Bring him in. Bag him up. Hamada. And then he's like, looks off to the side. Hey, look, there's a whip, and just starts cracking the bejesus out of him.
The mentality is, I hate this song. I hate this music. I hate this performance. I hate everything about it. Rawhide.
Rawhide.
Right. Yeah.
And then when they go to settle up with the bartender at the end, it's like, yeah, y'all's pay is $200, but y'all drank $300 worth of beer.
Right.
The lady at the front never charged us, so we just understood it was complimentary. Oh no, I don't think that's gonna fly.
Jen, had you seen the movie before you watched it? You had seen it. I just remember. It was a while ago, though, right?
Yeah, I can't remember when I saw it. I feel like the Blues Brothers, though, like I know I saw it a long time ago, but I also feel like growing up, it was just this known thing for us. You know, I feel like it was talked about enough. I feel like the music was played enough. Yeah. I feel like SNL, you know, although I wasn't staying up all the time to watch it, it was a thing in our lives. I can't even explain it. Or sometimes when we would, you know, go out with our parents and be out late or something, it would come on wherever we were, whatever it is. But I feel like the world of SNL intrigues me anyway, of just how people get into it, the conversations with Lauren, and then the movies that have come from it. I feel like they all have this certain feel to them and this certain vibe to them that is kind of different. But I like that movies have come from this original place, because it's kind of a rare thing, especially nowadays, to find that. But I can't pinpoint like, oh, I remember the first time I saw it. I don't really know. But
was this the first quote unquote Saturday Night Live movie?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what could have possibly preceded it, but I don't think anything.
No, I don't.
Because even if it was being filmed in '79 before coming out in '80, that's only a couple of years into SNL, so it had to happen pretty quick.
So this I think is the first quote unquote SNL movie, but weren't Belushi and Aykroyd doing this before they ever got
Killer Bees?
Saturday Night Live?
Before they were doing Saturday Night Live, I'm not sure. The first time they did it, as Skipper Bob said, the Killer Bees, they were in the sunglasses with the Killer Bee costumes on, right, Skipper Bob?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. I think oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Jen.
Oh, I think I had read that because I was looking up all the fun facts today, that they had been doing it kind of on the side and then went to Lauren with it and was like, hey, we're doing this thing. Can we do it here? And that's kind of how that happened.
He's like, yeah, we need to fill some time. So
yeah.
Because they had there was a blues club like downtown or something. Like Aykroyd introduced Belushi to the blues, I think. So because there was a club downtown or something like that.
And all the band members of the Blues Brothers band was the Saturday Night Live band, aside from the head conductor.
Yep. How
right.
crazy is that?
It's wild. So I know, and I think just in the overall, when those are the three things that really stood out to me rewatching it, right? Was the deliberate pacing of the comedy that I feel like you just don't see anymore. And it's not like I don't think it would hit with modern day audiences, but if something new suddenly came up that tried their attempt at the same comedy,
I saw that.
It's with you, Steffers,
right? Steffers,
because I can feel it. Like that's not the comedy that's out there anymore. And so when I watch it, I'm like, oh, is this funny still? And then I have to no, this is funny. This is why it's funny. This is, I have to really focus in on it a little bit more rather than having it be in my face. There's just too much comedy that's in my face. And that's not an old man rant. It's just when you watch that, it's not, I swear, that it's again, and it goes against that musical number thing, but the world that's created and the locations and just the simple action to get from one thing to the next. It's almost like a mosaic piece that way. But
it's like the simple joke. It wasn't even like a verbal joke. Haha. It was, hey, my address is 1060 West Addison. Oh, Wrigley Field. Okay. No, that's hilarious. I think that was, yes.
Yeah.
And as a Cubs fan, that pops me every time.
I love just the regular lines that aren't jokes, but they become jokes. And my friends and I use them all the time. I see somebody I haven't seen him for years. I say, hey, got my cheese whiz, boy? It's a throwaway line that means nothing except, it sets Elwood in that place. He's been there a while. Right. He's been there long enough that people are asking him to go get them stuff when he goes out. So it tells you actually a lot in just that one little line, and it's hilarious. I love it.
New Oldsmobiles are in early this year.
Right? Scamots.
This mall's got
That's
everything.
Scamots.
That mall scene is so hilarious.
Yeah.
No.
There's a great line in that too, like disco pants and haircuts. As they go by two places, like
Pier 1.
Yeah, just throwaway lines as they're literally driving through a mall.
It starts with a Frank Oz reference. Well, sort of to the Muppets. You know, he's holding Grover, and he's the guys in the Toys R Us, which we don't have anymore, Steffers, but there were toy stores once. And
Canada.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hold
this is
on.
Canada.
No.
Jeffers knows.
Jeffers does know.
I have to stop you there.
This is what sets her off.
I grew up with Toys R Us and I grew up with FAO Schwartz, and I do not need any grief against Toys R Us because I am old enough for that. Thank you, sir. You may continue your story.
What about
Toys R Us
KB?
kids.
KB?
Yeah,
KB Toys? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So she knows that. But it starts on the guy with the Grover. And do you have any Miss Piggy? And then the car comes right in. It's just awesome.
If you watch some of those scenes in the mall, you can see there's some stunt people. They had to have gotten hurt during that because they just barely
amazing.
get out of the way and slam against the
Didn't
wall.
get killed.
Yeah. No, and that was a lot of what was. Yeah, go ahead, Linda.
I was going to say, I'm amazed that this movie didn't rack up a body count because it is a comedy movie, but there's some pretty intense stunt sequences, not only going through the mall, but the car chase at the very end. At one point, it held the record for most cars crashed in a movie. Like
103.
Wow. Judge Jin is factual. Judge Jin. It was a literal rolling roller derby of destruction leading up to the Blues Brothers dropping the money off to save. Spoiler, by the way, Steffers.
She's had it with us.
Yeah. Steffers like, I'm going to add every one of you sons of bitches. But it's amazing that they didn't hurt more people because this was the day and age. It's like CGI wasn't a thing. Like if a car was going to crash, guess what happened? Cars crashed into each other. And in this instance, cars crashed to each other, went off a ramp, landed on another one. Then 3 more cars landed on those cars, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah.
That goes to say just how good of a stunt coordination team there was, especially in this day and age where everybody was on cocaine.
Yeah, they had to have been. Belushi was off on benders, and they had to go get him, extending the filming time. It took forever to get.
Yeah, he disappeared to a neighborhood house and just took a nap on their sofa.
I actually read a fun fact. Anybody that stood around Belushi during the shooting got a buzz.
Just
if you get a close enough shot of his nose and just see the shine, it's like I'm like, woo.
John Belushi with your nose so tight. Please don't crash that car just right. Yeah.
Too soon? No. I just wanted to go back for a second when we were talking about, was this the first movie from SNL? Dr. Val confirms it and then says they didn't do another one until Wayne's World.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of wasn't sure what, I had Coneheads in my head too. And I was like,
that was after
that? That was after Wayne's World. Yeah.
We should do Wayne's World. I'm just for like another minute.
That could be fun.
Yeah, there were a lot of fedoras in that movie.
Yep. Garth is known for his fedoras.
Well, I'm gonna use this last point as a transition to the Universal Studios show because there's not consistency there. But Chicago is such they had a line item budget for cocaine.
It was a line item, all right.
Yeah. Chicago is such a character in this movie, and just watching it, like it's like not only the grittiness, like in the early part of the movie, but all of a sudden I feel like something reminded me of Ferris Bueller, and then something would remind me of The Fugitive being in the sewer. Like all of a sudden, like all these great Chicago movies out there. I feel like almost in some ways they looked at the Blues Brothers and said, "How do we capture Chicago?" During that time period, and that's it right there.
Thankfully, none of them decided to copy the Illinois Nazis.
Hate them.
Hate Illinois Nazis.
Even some of John Hughes movies, in that scene where they get pulled over by the cops, they're in a residential area and they all have those tree-lined streets. It's like this, some scenes of Home Alone and then the John Hughes teen movies have some of the same shots.
I'm gonna now officially hand the reins to Steffers as she puts a snack in her mouth because she knew her time was coming.
The snacking don't stop ever.
Steffers is here to talk about the Universal Studios Florida stage show because the one in California is closed.
That involves scenes that she didn't see.
I didn't even. Oh, excuse me? Are you talking about the one in California? Or what are we talking about? I didn't even know they had it in California, if I'm being honest with you.
What are you snacking on, Steffers?
Her huge.
My huge. Thank you, Jen, for understanding me.
Come on, hit the plug.
Yogurt covered raisins? What is it?
THC gummies.
Yogurt covered raisins.
Love me.
Steffers is about to get stoned off her bejeebers.
If only. But unfortunately not. I'm going to choke on it, though. It's all good. We're fine. Because I know Jen doesn't really do Universal, but have you guys seen the show in the past?
When I was younger, yes.
I'm going to reserve my comments to the end.
What do you mean reserve your comments to the end?
I have some things to talk about, but I want to hear you talk about it first.
Okay, so this is my connection to the Blues Brothers, and then don't at me because I'm going to get the sympathy card from this conversation. So it was actually my dad's favorite show, and whatever. I'll watch the movie later, guys. Don't yell at me. What I got from it, because that show, we stopped and actually watched the show when I was while I was growing up, and I think the coolest part was them actually driving the car. Spoiler alert for whoever hasn't seen it. Sorry, Nate. But they actually drive the car. I know with COVID now, I think they just magically pop up somewhere. Maybe they brought the car back. I don't know because
I've seen the car recently.
Oh, thank God, the car's back. But it's cute because they have this little stage and they do it on the street and people crowd and spread COVID. But in the past they didn't do that. And the music, okay, so I'm not older. I'm just
really
trying to tread lightly here.
Out already.
Wow. You were starting to dig yourself out of the hole, but keep going.
Well, no. So I was going to say I haven't seen the full movie, but I appreciate the music in it because it's not what the youth listen to today. And that's the nicest way I'm going to put that.
So they haven't updated it to like the Blues Brothers aren't singing like Party in the USA or something like that.
There are
that's out of date.
Well, yeah, that is.
Well,
but they actually have a cappella singers that sing down around that same street that the Blues Brothers perform on. And
did the Blues Brothers then drive down the street and hit the a cappella singers? That'd be great.
They're not there. They don't coexist.
They could coexist. That would be the best scene out of Blues Brothers 3, if we're being completely honest. Blues Brothers killed the cast of Glee. Yep.
This is okay. Hold on. I like Glee. You're really driving the knife tonight. I'm just gonna cry. Gimli, do you want to bite me again? Because I feel like
get her, Gimli.
Steffers, I want you to talk more about the show.
Please, yes. I'm gonna mute myself.
What else do you want to know? They stand, they sing, they got their instruments going, and they jam. What else do you want to know?
Steffers, I want to know, in your experiences of watching the show, one, what made your dad keep going back, and why did you not say, Dad, can we not go somewhere else? Why did those things not happen?
Okay, so one, they have benches around the stage where they perform, so that's a good little let me take a break, and I'm a cranky little kid, so let me stop whining and get in the shade, whatever. I think my dad enjoyed it. Ooh. This is really gonna dig to you guys, sorry, because it was on his I don't want to say it because it's so
just freaking say it
Just
already.
say it. We all know.
It was just in his age bracket. You muted or something. But so my dad was born in 1954, so it was one of those things where he actually got to like enjoy it and act. And you know, I was just a kid, so really I was just like, oh, it's cool, it's music and people dancing around and kind of getting into the groove. I didn't understand really like the show. I just thought it was cool how they came on and kind of were performing, and then they would kind of exit through the car. The car was the coolest part. Okay, car is the coolest part. At least in the street show. I mean, the music was great. I will say the music is great. The music is great. But for me, I was a kid. I was more fascinated by like the toys of the car and the woo woo and the.
Yeah, you wanted to go see Woody Woodpecker or something, right?
No, that's on the other side of the park. That's
Barney.
not even right that's not right geographically. But yes, I got your point, Lyndon. It's fine.
Skipper Bob, I'll turn it to you for some universal insight here. As
Incite me, Skipper Bob.
Okay.
Now she eats another gummy.
What?
how many times have you seen the show? Do you go back and catch it? If it's playing, do you walk towards it? What are your feelings?
It's one of those things where if I'm walking by and I hear them perform, it's like, oh, hey, let's check them out. They're not going to be up there for very long. But sometimes it's usually the Bluesmobile is driving by you. It's like, hey, Jake and Elwood, how you doing? I start up a conversation where they're right there in the car and they're like really annoyed with me. Okay, kid, sure, whatever. By the way,
shut up, kid. We're going to perform for God.
Yeah. Sweet Home Chicago was first recorded in 1937, so I don't think that matches demographic for anybody in this room. Maybe Frank.
Boom, you're old. Suck it.
Happy birthday.
Birthday month, yay. So I wish I was able to grab this photo. I'll have to grab it over the weekend maybe. That I remember my first trip to Universal, I got a photo with the Blues Brothers.
Oh,
I think I have
too. We could do side by side.
I think I have an awesome mullet in it as well. So I'll definitely have to.
My God.
I might have
picture.
bangs. I might have bangs in a shortcut, but
we'll have to do a who wore it better, like Stephers bangs versus my mullet.
Honestly, maybe you with the mullet might win.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sorry, Steffers, I like you, but
Yeah.
the Frank with the mullet, I mean,
compared to now,
jump off one of the presidents from Mount Rushmore. Just go ahead and put that up there.
Baby Steffers with bangs. Okay, that's cute. Frank with a mullet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go for awesome.
Let's just be
Can
clear.
we make a Funko Pop of that? Can that be one of the Patreon tiers? Like,
Yes.
like one of those
with
custom
the fedora,
Funko
though.
Pops?
It has to be with the fedora.
I think they should be called Franco Pops.
I thought that's what he said.
Yes.
That's what I thought he said at first, and then he said Funko, and I was like, wait, I think they need to be called Franco.
Oh my God.
You're
How do we get into the Franco Pop business?
I mean, 3D printer. I could invest. I could make millions.
Oh, and make like all the friends that you've been with.
Wow, that'd be so cute. I'm a sidebar this idea. We're gonna
Verbal trademark, suck it. Nobody else can get it. Yeah.
I'm
gonna give it to you for
3D printer
for your 107th birthday, Frank.
So my mullet was good though. Anyway, so aside from that, obviously the SNL sketches more than the movie, I feel like in my youth, but I did like the movie. It was one of those things that I never remember if I watched it from beginning to end at all. I always caught like the beginning and then I would catch the end, and then it'd be on VH1 and then it'd be on USA, and then it'd be like, I feel like I always watched it piecemeal. But with the show, especially when I did tours at Universal, that I found, and we've talked about this in terms of Disney parks on the podcast, that area, the little New York street, and as a displaced New Yorker, I liked walking that area anyway, but I found that area to be a little pocket of Universal. And particularly when the Blues Brothers would play, I always liked that the saxophone kind of drew the crowd in at the beginning. Everyone kind of would gather around. It was kind of like the summoning of the show. I thought that was really great. And then, if you get the right duo, so to speak, it 20 minutes go by very fast. And I always I comparatively, I like seeing the Marx Brothers. I like seeing Doc. I like seeing the Ghostbusters on occasion, but that seemed to hit more than other shows, especially in that first 10, 15 years of Universal, that for some reason I wished more shows were like that, and I wish more of the live entertainment was like that compared to the other shows at Universal Studios.
I have to say that their use of they could do something super simple and just do like a track, and then people just come out and dance and jive or whatever instead of using the instruments. I fully respect like that whole like actually using the instruments, really feeling the crowd instead of just kind of putting on a show that they're like forced to put on.
Right.
I'm trying to think what other what show are you comparing this to? Is my
from back then, I mean, at the time, I felt like Universal just struggled in general with it's more the live entertainment where they had the walk around characters. So they would have the like, and even if they did holiday shows at Mel's and things like that back then, they just didn't connect the same way as that seemed like a focused show. Yeah, and I felt like they never. I felt like they knew they couldn't create a show like that too. You never got a Men in Black show. You never got like some kind of Jurassic Park element. They had
Frank, really, we're really getting into this conversation.
Well,
Dang you,
that'll
Comcast.
do
Why
it.
did you have to strike down Frank at his prime?
Always. He looks very deep in
bad
thought.
mouthing Universal and
Oh, hi, welcome
Sure,
back.
yeah.
I was thinking he
Let's
was going to
remember
say
him how
something
he
about
was.
Beetlejuice and the monsters, but I didn't know if he was going to get there or not. Yep. Go ahead. No,
He's muted.
no.
Frankie.
I can
Unmute.
see you. Oh, bye.
Or just drop out.
Andy's gone.
I mean, he tried.
So the live
Dearly
entertainment
beloved, we
at
gather
Universal,
here.
I heard, was just terrible until they had Mr. Bean with a chainsaw.
Right.
No,
I think that's when
valid.
everything turned around.
Right.
You're not wrong.
You're still
Right,
muted.
because Mr. Bean had a chainsaw and they had to turn around, otherwise Bean was going to chainsaw them.
Let me see
Correct.
that.
I mean, I get that. That's a really good reason to do stuff, not to
and
get
maybe that's
chainsawed.
my taste. No, but Bill and Ted was good. Beetlejuice was good, but right. So I felt like when it hit, but other things often would not connect and create the environment. And I think that's what the Blues Brothers did. They couldn't find something to put in the Amityville area back then. They couldn't find something to put, on the Hollywood side that really connected. And you're making a face. You're making a face.
No,
You're
because
making a face.
I'm trying to think if there would be any. Like, it wouldn't make sense. You're right. It wouldn't make sense anywhere else, really. But I miss Beetlejuice, so here.
But I think Islands of Adventure struggled in its early going too with that. Did you ever see that circus, Steffers? Did you ever see the circus that was between Marvel and Toon Lagoon? Look it up.
You mean the building that's closed?
Well, that's been closed for 21 years.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw it when I was a youth, but I don't think I've seen it open.
What about Sinbad? What about Sinbad?
I've seen Sinbad. R.I.P. to that as well. Oh, man,
is
they
that
really do
closed?
struggle with shows. Yeah, there's like sand
dang.
falling down.
And I'm not saying that I'm not going to say like the shows weren't good or the shows were bad or anything like it. They just didn't establish the connection to kind of. I don't know. I felt like Blues Brothers connected with the audiences because you were in the environment, you were brought into it. The performances were solid. Does Landon have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's frozen. Oh,
I speaking on the longevity of the Blues Brothers, does it speak to the long lastingness of that IP or the lack of Universal to find something else to replace it? The fact that this really does seem to be kind of I don't want to call it a leftover or a relic from Universal of old because that has negative connotation, because I do like the Blues Brothers and the show, but at the same time, with as often as Universal updates their IPs and reworks rides to get something, the new hotness in there. Here's the Blues Brothers ?
Well, that's probably easier to cast than a Sing show.
Yeah, that's true because
Coming to a Shrek 4D near you.
Oh God.
Hey, you know what? If they want to do a movie based or a ride based on the Blues Brothers movie, there is plenty to do. Hop in the back seat of Jake and Elwood's cop car as they go ripping ass through Illinois, trying to get their money back to the
Right?
Oh God, what is it? Orphanage. There we go. Circle gets the square. Yeah.
Cook County Assessor.
Y'all can edit that, right?
Yeah, but we'll take it. It's
Yeah.
all good.
I
Thanks.
think Blues Brothers fits where it is in the park. Could they potentially update it to something else? So I'm sure they could if they could. But I get the kind of, I don't know if this is the right word, like not vintage feel, but like I think it just fits with the environment and just with the vibe. I just think it fits. That's just me. I'm 26. I don't matter.
But especially what you say, the vintage feel of it. I mean, like it's still Universal Studios, and studios do movies, and Blues Brothers is a movie. And again, at the end of the day, it's two dudes in black and white suits and a car. And you got to pay for the rights to the music. That's really it at the end of the day, as opposed to like, okay, we're gonna go knock down Mummy roller coaster, which by the way, they're not doing that. I'm just throwing that out there. But spending millions of dollars to tear something down and then make a new coaster. So yeah. All right.
Steffers, what's up with that extended closure? What's really going on over at the Mummy?
Okay, so they just redid the screens in the Mummy. Did they redo the track in the Mummy? It's unclear, so that might be what they're doing, like a Hulk, but with the Mummy. Why it needs to be closed that long?
They're putting Tom Cruise Mummy in there. Yep,
oh,
you're giving the people what they want.
Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. The whole gimmick is Brendan Fraser. Oh, now my heart hurts.
How long is the downtime?
Till the summer. January till the summer.
That sounds like a track replacement.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. Roller coaster tracks aren't supposed to last forever.
Yeah, but why?
Have you been on Space Mountain?
It's been riding better lately.
Track.
Yeah. Space Mountain's one of those things I get off. It's like, okay, I'm going to go lay down on that bench for 90 minutes because my everything hurts.
But that's part of the fun. Come on.
No, it's not.
I don't have to go to the chiropractor after.
So I don't know if I dropped out when I said this. That's not to say that the shows at Universal are bad. I just when I feel like the Blues Brothers, as you just said, the vibe, everything about it, the environment connects. I wish there was more like that outdoors. You know, Terminator hits, Monster, the Horror Make Show hits. They know how to do, even when they had the pet show and they had the Wild West stunt show, those things were enjoyable. I just feel like I feel like there's more that can connect to the surroundings.
What about the Harry Potter stuff? I mean, I haven't been, but that's what Universal is known for. Does it not work?
Is it child friendly, right? Would you say?
Yeah, it's okay.
Child friendly. They have the Vilas dancing around.
They have three. They have the Frog Choir. They have Celestina. I can never. Yeah. So it's not like pocket type shows. They're like.
I think they have like 5 different performance shows. Yeah.
But that's all in one land, right?
There's 2 sides though. So like they have stuff for Harry Potter. That's cool. Right. I love Harry Potter, but we need more pockety things.
I will say that whenever the Blues Brothers do perform, there's always a crowd. People always gather around to listen.
Well, and it's like, I mean, I was never a fan of and that's not, it's a child show, so I'm not, but the Jedi Trials over by Star Tours.
Oh, come on. Like, everybody liked that.
Everybody liked it, but I felt it didn't fit. I have a similar complaint about it. I felt like it didn't fit. That's just my opinion.
Yep. I'm right there with you. The closest I'm getting to watching it is if there's a very long line for Star Tours and I just happen to look over and see it. Yeah.
Nate is angry now. We've angered Nate.
Oh, well, I'm always that's my secret. I'm always angry. But I like the Jedi Trials. I mean, because the kids get so into it and the actors were so good. Well, at least recently, when I saw it last. But I don't know.
Again, yeah, I don't want to. I'm not saying the show itself is bad. It just I feel like it feels out of place, even though it's in front of Star Tours.
What did you think about the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground? Was that out of place?
That was what was up.
Come
Little
on.
Landon loved the hell out of that thing.
That was an awesome playground.
That was so cool.
I had to
members
babysit
hated
my
it.
brothers and sisters in it. But I still like going there. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I was disappointed.
Little Landon wasn't a cast member. Suck it, former cast members. Sorry, Frank. Just the way I feel.
I need a picture of Little Landon in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids play area.
With a
I will,
mullet.
I will talk to the Lotus and see what I can find.
Yes, thank you.
All right, put it on the list.
I'm trying to think. You really got me thinking here because most of the show type things are like attractions or rides. Not rides, they're attractions. So, like Poseidon's Fury is like a walkthrough story, so you get the whole thing. Shrek was like in a theater, you get like the whole thing. Even like Despicable Me, which is like a sit that you get a story, and I think you can get that in the Little Blues Brothers.
Right.
Versus just, I miss meeting Frank the Pug though. I will say that they don't do that anymore.
Wait,
Maybe
there
they
was
do in
a need
Animal
for
Actors.
Frank the Pug.
Oh, I will get you that photo. Yes, there was.
Is there a Dr. Seuss meet and greet in Seussland?
Yeah, a Cat in the Hat, Thing 1, Thing 2, Lorax, Sam
Citizens of Whoville.
Citizens of Whoville.
You can meet the Lorax? That would be like a bucket list.
Is it Danny DeVito?
Yes, it
That
is
would be
Danny DeVito,
amazing.
just
I
for
like
you.
whores. Yeah, whoa, Lorax. No, this is for kids. Settle down.
Wow, when they said remember. Whew.
Then he pulls out his guns. He's like, God dang, what? Sorry,
So-
I'm thinking of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. My bad.
If Belushi lives past the 80s, are we still getting Blues Brothers movies and Blues Brothers reboots? Where would we be with the
playing
Blues
live
Brothers?
shows to this day? He took it seriously. He went deep into the blues. I thought he was introduced into the blues and it spoke to him and he took it seriously. If you listen to the albums from the live shows, he's not joking around. He's singing the blues. And I was amazed that they could make this movie and be funny, but it didn't make fun of the blues. It didn't make fun of the music. The music was still serious. And that's what he was serious about. I think he would have definitely continued to do live shows because he liked doing that, I think. But I don't think there would have been a bunch of movies. They wouldn't have made the sequel that came out. I mean, it wouldn't have become hokey. I don't think he would have let it. Yes, Steffers. Nice hand.
Sorry, Gimli's so barking. I'm so sorry. The humor, it would not work today. There are too many. It's unfortunate. It's
It would
very
have to
unfortunate.
Steffers,
Yeah.
30 minutes ago, you were rolling your eyes at me about the comedy today.
I was agreeing with the earlier statements.
Right.
Don't give me that. I don't need your attitude. See, Gimli agrees with me.
I just watched a bunch of Will Ferrell movies with my son, and he loved them. But the lines are coming like every couple seconds. And he's laughing so hard at one, we had to rewind so we could hear the others, and it's very fast paced. It's all sort of, line by line by line. And this, he would have been, I'm watching it today and just thinking, oh man, he would hate this. There's like minutes between jokes. He can't even last seconds. I mean, we're watching Talladega Nights. They're, one after another. A whole, conversation is just hilarious. Every line.
I'm going to throw your medals off the bridge, Chip.
But yeah, I don't know if it would work now.
Yeah.
Which is
I
frustrating.
don't think so.
And that formula would not work, but if Belushi does not pass, hi Zoe, if Belushi does not pass away, we get at least 2 more Blues Brothers movies. But here's the more fun caveat: the Ghostbusters franchise looks completely different. because Belushi was originally going to be one of the Ghostbusters. So if Belushi doesn't pass away, we would have gotten more Blues Brothers. We would have gotten more Ghostbusters. And who knows what the landscape of comedy would have looked like going forward.
This blows my mind.
And more importantly,
was he supposed to be an additional guy, or was he replaced in the Ghostbusters, or was there an additional guy who was supposed to be Belushi?
It was one of those things, kind of like Farley on Shrek, because Chris Farley was supposed to be and was the original voice of Shrek. They recorded like 80% of the movie. He passes away. They throw that away because they can't get that tone because they can't do it without Farley. So they bring in Mike Myers and they completely change it. And Shrek is what we know it is today. So Ghostbusters would have been different, but I feel confident saying we would have gotten multiple Ghostbusters movies past 2 if Belushi was still there, to be with Aykroyd, to be with Murray, to be with dude who played Egon. Harold Ramis. Thank you. And more importantly, we would not have gotten Blues Brothers 2000.
No.
That might be the worst sequel of all time. Like I can appreciate a bad movie to the point where it's good. There is no redeeming element of Blues Brothers 2000. That movie is bad from beginning to end. The music is good. Okay, so there's one redeeming element, but watching that movie is the worst. That movie's terrible. And I've seen a lot of really bad movies. But Blues Brothers 2000, the worst.
I would rather watch the accent on the brothers. What are you trying to do? Is that supposed to be Chicago?
That's how Aykroyd pronounces it, the Blues Brothers.
Okay.
That's a Southerner's take on a Chicago accent.
I watched the movie. I didn't get that. So you're educating me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I learned something today.
I'm wearing a crown.
Well, you're the king.
Prince. He's the prince. I don't think he's old enough to be the king.
You could be a young king. You could have a regent. Frank's the old guy.
Young king
what?
I don't think yes, Lewis, but also no. I think with cancel culture nowadays, there's a lot of things you cannot do now. Unfortunately, that's just my hot take.
They wouldn't have a bunch of jokes that are in this movie now. Do you think they would have had Illinois Nazis? Maybe, but I mean,
they would like. No, they would definitely have that because you know what was as good back as it is now? Making fun and degrading Nazis. That's
great, but
screw Nazis. It's Illinois Nazis or Nazis like elsewhere. If you're in Montana and you're a Nazi, screw you. If you're in Norwegian,
Nazis are terrible.
Norwegian Nazis can suck it as well.
They're always good to have around to kick around and throw in the water. Just berate, but it's kind of hard to put them in movies now. I mean, I just don't. People, Anyway, I'm not supporting Nazis.
No, it's the idea of
let it be known.
And the idea is, it's the idea that placing them in a comedic setting, regardless if you're making fun of them, is present some feelings. I always know when we're in the 60 to 90 minute range of this meeting. So
I didn't swear yet.
It's true.
Skipper Bob, I kind of, since I have you here, I want you to just talk me through. This is a little bit separate. We're getting into the plugs now of the black light thing you're doing, because I think more people need to know.
Yes.
I am going to select resorts around the Orlando area, staying for at least one night, and I am examining them with a fine-tooth comb and a black light to see just how disgusting they are. I've done one already. First I did a control to see just how clean my own bathroom is. Spoiler, it's filthy. because I have two
Don't
little
do
boys.
that. Why would you do that? You're asking
Because
for
it
trouble.
looked clean to me. It's like, well, let's see if it really is clean. Nope,
We're all
this is
friends here.
Blacklight, dude.
We're all
No,
friends on the
Baby, we
internet.
gotta
It's fine.
move. We
Yeah.
gotta go.
Oh, I was hiring a cleaning crew the next day. This was disgusting. So then I went out and I went to a Disney resort. Did the same thing. It was all right. You need to watch a video to judge for yourself if you agree with me if it was as clean as you. And I have a third episode. It's in the can. I'm editing it right now. It's taking me forever to do because it's a big video, but it was it's a big undertaking. I don't know. Should I say where I went?
On the next one? Yeah.
The next one's going to be Universal's Cabana Bay.
Oh, yikes! Good luck. You should take that all the way to the. Never mind. Let's not discuss that.
Deborah's like, next time bring an industrial grade flamethrower.
Skipper Bob, hit me with your plugs officially.
I am Skipper Bob. I am 1/3 of the trio known as the Cretans Guild. You can find our podcast, The Cretans Guild, on just about anywhere where you can find podcasts. And then there's my own YouTube channel, Skipper Bob's Breakdowns, where I go around the city of Orlando and I just show off things that are going around in town. Tomorrow, I'm showing a local haunted drive-through haunt. There's a couple of them in town, so I went on my second one around this area. That uploads tomorrow. I hope everybody enjoys that. Gimli is in attack mode.
Gimli knows it's also in the 60 to 90 minute range of this movie.
Oh my God. The G-Man just unloading. Steffers, are you okay?
All of a sudden,
No.
you're just gonna see Steppers get dragged out.
Skipper
Oh
Bob,
my God,
where
we
is
really are, yeah.
where is the
Say
haunted
that
drive?
plug again.
The haunted drive.
There's two of them. There's Scream and Stream, which is the Oviedo Mall, or what is left of it. And the one I am uploading tomorrow is called The Haunted Road, which is in the backwoods of Alafaya area.
Ooh,
Oh, I used to
interesting.
live
Okay,
over
Frank
there.
knows.
So yeah, ooh, nice. That sounds awesome. Nate Hardy, what's been going on in your life?
I'm not done talking about the movie. I took notes. I wrote essays. I have things to say. Just let me quickly say something. I had too many orange whips. John Candy. We haven't talked about John Candy. We haven't talked about Paul Rubens.
Yes.
We haven't. Wrong glass, sir. Come on.
Oh.
That whole scene
Steven
is
Spielberg.
a masterclass in comedy that what they couldn't do today because of your women. How much are they? I mean, that's just not gonna fly today.
I'm sorry, that's a funny joke. In the context it was used, that was a funny joke.
It was funny, but they would not do it today, which is great because hey, you can't do that. But it was a funny thing at the time, and it served its purpose. He got the guy back in the band, and it worked. But Paul Rubens was there, and we didn't even mention him. And okay, and then I have
It was a blink and you miss.
Like I wrote an essay about how the supernatural comes and takes you out of the movie. It's the mission of God. There's several scenes where everything changes around you, mostly with the music. I will post it online. It's my manifesto, and that's it.
Let's go.
Do it.
Sorry, Nate. I should have told you to do
I'm
your
just
filibuster
joking.
before.
Nathaniel Hardy at Twitter. I had some new followers today. So hi, how you doing?
Yeah, nice.
There you go.
Hashtag follow Friday.
Woo.
Oh my God.
Steffer says that I have to plug her. I refuse, so she's plugging herself.
Oh, is she? Oh, she just
What
got
was-
bit. I don't know. She's showing
Oh,
a scratch mark. She's.
Steffers isn't.
Gimli.
Everybody
Steffers
with a
isn't.
pet is getting a
Gimli.
time.
Oh, no, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gimli. All right.
Come on.
Everybody don't move, otherwise Gimli can't see us. That's how that
refuse
works.
to
Gimli's
look
like,
into the
what is
camera."
she talking about? There she-
Let him have
Take
the
this blanket and
for
tear it
God's sake.
apart.
I hate this blanket so much.
Like, who's talking about my blanket? Who is it?
He just bopped us. He bopped us.
So the Adventures with Steffers podcast.
I'm sorry,
Is it
it's
every other week or is it
Adventures
every
with
week?
Steffers.
Adventures.
I think it's every
with
other
Steffers.
week.
Even though
Yeah.
she did 2
Kind
weeks in a
of.
row with
But
Justin
she has like
and
2
you.
or 3, but she doesn't. And then like she's taking like 2 or 3 weeks off
It's
in
when
November.
It's when I feel like it. Let's be
Oh,
honest.
go ahead. Go
Okay.
plug the whole thing then.
All right,
Steffers.
there you go.
No. Adventureswithstuffers.com. Check it out. All the internets, all the stuff. And Gimli is featured.
Yes.
on the Jen episode because, well, look at him.
Adventures with Steffers on Instagram.
Yeah,
Agency95 on Twitter, and Gimli the Beagle on Instagram as well.
Yes.
Because he can use follows too. Ow! Okay, next, Landon.
No, keep going, Steffers. This is great.
Plug Landon, Steffers. Go ahead.
Yeah.
LA.
Oh, this is amazing.
He said no. He said no.
Oh, I am down for
content I
that.
came here for.
Right now, this
again.
is better than Blues Bros 2000.
Yeah, easily.
Oh God.
Attack of the Killer Beagle. Rated R.
Now, is it a full moon? What's happening to all the dogs tonight? What is going on?
Yeah.
Mine's sitting on
Dogs
the
be
sofa
wild.
outside, slowly farting to death.
Well, joke's on you. My dog's biting me and farting. So touche, Skipper Bob. Follow Steffers and her podcast Avengers with Steffers. She is the unofficial co-host with me on Does Disney, available in the iTunes store, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, Bismo, Ding Dong, and Wangafax Plus, and wherever else you find your podcast. But also LANDOZ. Please go follow me, Landon Doan. I'm the best, Landon Doan, not the rest. That's where you can follow me. 280 characters at a time on Twitter, and go follow the show at Does Disney on Twitter and Instagram. By the way, I really don't do anything on my Instagram, if I'm being honest. But it's spelled at DOZDOES, and y'all know how to spell Disney. I also appear on the Phil Show, News Talk 98.7 WOKI radio station locally here in Knoxville, Tennessee, streaming 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at newstalk987.com. Also available in the iHeartRadio store and the News Talk 987 app as well. Though a little bit of inside spaceball, I will only be on the show Monday and Tuesday this week, because after that, my hairy backside is heading to the most magical place on earth in Walt Disney World. So if you're gonna listen, maybe listen early on. And before we go, I know the lovely Dillos have to plug their awesome podcast. By the way, y'all have been killing it on your podcast here recently. Last 2-3 weeks, top-notch stuff. And congratulations on putting the Thursday night show to bed, so you can now do it in the AM on Thursday. Okay, as I'm giving him praise, frankly.
He was not happy about what you're saying.
Yeah, well, and his bedtime.
And he's back. But before we get to that, can we talk a little bit about Muppet Haunted Mansion? Dropped on Disney Plus today. Yeah, we're all about hashtag saving the Muppets. Anybody watch it? Anybody have some thoughts?
The crowd is down.
Yet.
Nate was covering his ears. I made it through a portion of it until the kids were like, I think this is a little bit scary. Yeah, yeah.
I also got this similar.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, well, all right, I'll watch the rest of this later. But I was enjoying it as I was watching it. But
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
No spoilers, says Dr. Val.
Mm-hmm.
But the little ones were feeling it was a little too intense.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the music or there were the moments of like, bah, and I would try to laugh it off like, it's the Muppets. And then I think there were just too many of those for them to go, no, I think we're done with
Mommy's nuts.
I made the mistake of taking a work call in the middle of it. So I left the room while she was right next to me. And then all of a sudden she came in like, and I was like, go turn it off. I can tell that it's not working out for you anymore. But I think I was surprised by how much it was. I thought it was really well produced. I think I felt like a lot of love went into it, which made me happy. And I want to see more of that kind of dedication put into the production, because I mean, I know it was the pandemic, but I had a big issue with the Muppets Now production values. So it was nice to really see them. Like, I wasn't expecting musical numbers, and I wasn't expecting the effects to the extent that they were. No spoilers, but musical numbers, guys. Sorry.
I will actually watch this.
What did Gimli think? Because I feel like he's going to give us his opinion, whether we want to or not. Just give him the microphone, Steffers.
He's chewing Minnie's head off right now. So I don't think he has any good thoughts.
Okay, all right. Well, the universal bias is strong in that household, I suppose.
Your dog
wouldn't be doing that to ET, would he?
No.
Oh my God! Run, Steffers.
I feel like we should just stay on just to see if Steffers is destroyed. Landon, did you feel the Muppets were saved?
I'm not gonna go as far as to say that they're saved, but I love the fact that they were getting a marquee banner for the Hollywood season, so to speak. And you talked about the production value. There was some care, there was some time put into this as opposed to a haphazard, half-assed idea. It's like, yeah, just go ahead and give the ding-dongs what they want. Y'all got 72 hours to make it happen. Like they put some money and thought into this. And I mean, like, I thought it was fun. I thought it was cute. It will be a part of my Halloween rotation going forward, but I mean, like, didn't grab me like I was kind of hoping towards, but at the same time, I'm excited to see that Disney is at least doing something with the Muppets, and I hope this is a sign of things to come. I would love to see a Muppets Thanksgiving, a new Muppets Christmas, maybe a Muppets, St. Patrick's Day, Muppets Secretary Day, Muppets 4th of July. Like Muppets need Arbor to Day. Celebrate the holiday. Oh my God, can you imagine Muppets Arbor Day? That would be amazing.
That's my favorite holiday.
Muppets Taco Tuesday. Good God Almighty! Disney's leaving money on the table. So I'm excited that Disney's doing literally anything with the Muppets, and the fact that they actually put some money behind what they're doing with the Muppets. Thumbs up.
I watched the square that Steffers in, wondering if Gimli is gnawing on her ankle.
Actually, Gimli's right off camera holding a gun.
Oh, he's in timeout.
Fine. I'll wait
like
here then.
Blair Witch, they turned the camera to her stuck in the corner.
So scared. I'm so sorry.
What did you do to him?
What'd you do, Steffers? What'd you say?
Oh, got it.
What? Oh, and
even worse than the Blair Witch.
Oh,
interesting. I see.
No wonder Gimli's looking away.
Yeah.
Prime multitasking.
Wow, good on you, Steffers. Also, Gimli attack. Skipper Bob, how dare you say that?
Sorry.
Did you see my Halloween decorations though? Because they were cute. Did you?
Show us again.
No, we were busy with the murder day.
It's so funny.
It's a little ghosty. And then the
That's
bathroom,
cute.
they get the little downstairs bathroom. It says enter if you dare. You can get
That's
it.
cute.
It's funny.
Very cute.
Steffers, that's not a big deal. That's what literally any bathroom I come out of says.
Yeah, I was
There's no
picturing
decoration.
you. I was like
Channeling
channeling. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Super Bob.
All right, we didn't get to the end of the Blues Brothers movie as Dr. Val was asking about, but we don't want to ruin it for Steffers either. So we're going to move on with our
And
lives
they
now.
Everyone dies.
Steffers, when you watch it, you have to
I'll send a
start
full
that in a
report.
chat. Start a
Oh.
Discord channel.
Do you know how?
Not in
No, I
ours.
said you
No, not
started
in ours.
it.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you do it.
that's
Steffers.
That hurt.
I know.
I think Landon also Steffers has to take over your Insta while you're in Disney.
Oh my God!
So
Can you, for the love of cheese, use your Instagram, Landon?
Mm.
I ask you one thing. He's
Wow.
not. He's gonna. Never mind. We'll
How
try
come you
again.
never-
In my
One.
Just-
defense, I'm 36 years old.
And I'm 26. What's your point?
I'm
And
too
I'm
old to be on
46.
any
What's
more
your
social
point?
media instances.
Oh, that's so cute. We're like, never mind.
Not for long.
It's
You're
the
forever-
birthday
Oh, yeah.
month.
Happy birthday.
I am forever
month,
44.
baby.
Mhm.
That's right.
It's your
All right, we're outta here.
146th birthday, baby. You were there when the Declaration was signed. Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Kisses.